Chapter 1, The Billionaire Behind the Curtain. Have you ever looked at a billionaire and thought, they must be different from me? Picture this. A private jet lands on a sunlit runway. A man steps out, tailored suit, polished shoes, phone buzzing with deals. He's worth billions. He's built empires. He's admired, envied, misunderstood. And you wonder, what does he know that I don't? We think billionaires are born lucky, born brilliant, born into privilege. But what if I told you most of them weren't? What if I told you they were once just like you? Let me tell you about Howard Schultz. Before Starbucks became a global icon, Howard grew up in public housing. His father was injured on the job and received no benefits. Howard saw the pain of being powerless, and he made a decision. I will build a company that treats people with dignity. He didn't just build coffee shops, he built culture. He built care. He built legacy. Have you ever looked at your circumstances and felt like they disqualified you? Here's the truth. Your past doesn't define your future. Your mindset does. In this talk, we're going to walk through the real lessons from billionaires. Not just the business tips, but the emotional truths, the failures, the fears, the fire. We'll meet people who were rejected, ridiculed, and written off until they rose. We'll uncover the mindset, the habits, and the emotional strength that kept them going. So if you've ever felt like success is out of reach, this is for you. In Chapter 2, we'll meet a billionaire who started with nothing but a dream and discover the power of vision. Ready to see beyond your limits? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 2, The Power of Vision. See what others can't. Have you ever seen something in your mind that no one else believed in? Let's talk about vision, not eyesight. I mean the inner movie, the vivid picture of what could be before it exists. The thing that whispers, this is possible. Because here's the truth, every billionaire started with a vision. Not a bank account, not a business plan, a vision. Let me tell you about Elon Musk. Before Tesla, before SpaceX, before the headlines, he was just a kid who read science fiction. He dreamed of Mars, of electric cars, of a world powered by clean energy. People laughed, investors doubted, experts scoffed, but Elon didn't need their permission. He had a vision, and he followed it. Have you ever let someone else doubt shrink your dream? Here's the truth. Vision is the seed, belief is the soil, action is the water. Think about Oprah Winfrey. She didn't just want to be on TV. She wanted to change lives. Her vision wasn't fame, it was impact. Think about Walt Disney. He was fired for lack of imagination. He didn't quit. He built a kingdom. Let me tell you about Lan. Lan was a teacher in a small village. She dreamed of building an online school for rural kids. No funding, no tech background, no support, but she saw it. She believed it. She built it. And now, thousands of students are learning because she refused to let go of her vision. So the next time you feel discouraged, ask yourself, can I see it clearly enough to chase it? Because vision isn't just inspiration. It's instruction. In Chapter 3, we'll explore how billionaires embrace risk and why stepping into uncertainty is the price of greatness. Ready to get uncomfortable? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 3, The Risk Equation. Why uncertainty is the price of greatness. Have you ever hesitated because the outcome wasn't guaranteed? Let's talk about risk, not recklessness. I mean calculated courage. The kind that says, I don't know what will happen, but I'm going anyway. Because here's the truth. Every billionaire has danced with uncertainty. They didn't wait for guarantees. They moved with conviction. Let me tell you about Richard Branson. Before Virgin became a global brand, he dropped out of school, started a magazine, then a record label, then an airline. He didn't know how to fly planes. He didn't have experience in aviation. But he had a question, why not? People said he was crazy. He said, screw it, let's do it. Have you ever let fear of failure stop you from starting? Here's the truth. Risk isn't the enemy. Comfort is. Think about Jeff Bezos. He had a cushy job on Wall Street, but he saw the internet growing. He left everything to start Amazon in his garage. He said, I knew I would regret not trying more than I would regret failing. Let me tell you about Thao. Thao was a corporate lawyer. stable, successful, safe, but she dreamed of starting a social enterprise. She hesitated, she doubted, she feared, until one day she asked, "What's the cost of not trying?" She quit, she built, she struggled, and now her business is changing lives, not because it was easy, but because she was brave. So the next time you face a fork in the road, ask yourself, am I choosing safety or significance? Because risk isn't a detour, it's the path. In Chapter 4, we'll explore how billionaires think long-term and why patience is the secret weapon of the ultra-successful. Ready to zoom out and see the bigger picture? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 4, Long-Term Thinking, the Billionaire's Time Machine. Have you ever wanted results faster than they were meant to come? Let's talk about time. Not just hours and minutes. I mean perspective, the ability to zoom out, to see beyond the moment, to build for decades, not just days. Because here's the truth, billionaires don't think in quarters, they think in generations. Let me tell you about Warren Buffett. He's one of the richest men in the world, but he didn't get there by chasing trends. He got there by compounding patience. He said, "Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." Buffett reads for hours. He waits for the right opportunity. He invests in businesses he believes in and holds them for years. Have you ever given up on something just because it didn't grow fast enough? Here's the truth. Success is a slow burn, and patience is the fuel. Think about Jeff Bezos. He built Amazon with a 10-year vision. He told investors, "We're not going to make a profit for a long time." They doubted him. He didn't flinch. Now, Amazon is one of the most dominant companies on earth. Let me tell you about Min. Min started a podcast. At first, no one listened. He almost quit, but he remembered, "I'm not building a moment. I'm building a movement." He kept going, episode by episode, year by year. Now, he has thousands of loyal listeners and a thriving brand. So the next time you feel impatient, ask yourself, am I building for applause or for legacy? Because long-term thinking isn't just strategy, it's wisdom. In Chapter 5, we'll explore how billionaires bounce back from failure and why resilience is the real currency of success. Ready to rise from the ashes? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 5, Resilience is the real currency, rising after the fall. Have you ever failed so hard you questioned everything? Let's talk about failure, not the kind you can laugh off. I mean the kind that breaks you, the kind that makes you want to disappear, the kind that whispers you're not enough. Because here's the truth, every billionaire has failed, spectacularly, publicly, painfully. Let me tell you about Sarah Blakely. Before she became the youngest self-made female billionaire, she sold fax machines door to door. She was rejected daily. She failed the LSAT twice. She had no background in fashion, but she had an idea. Footless pantyhose? She invested her savings, faced rejection from manufacturers, got laughed at, until one said yes, and Spanx was born. Have you ever let failure define your future? Here's the truth. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Think about Jack Ma. He was rejected from dozens of jobs. Even KFC turned him down. He applied to Harvard 10 times. Denied every time. But he didn't quit. He built Alibaba. Let me tell you about Newton. Newton launched a startup. It flopped. He lost money. He lost confidence. But he didn't lose curiosity. He studied his mistakes. He pivoted. He launched again. Now he's thriving. Not because he avoided failure, but because he embraced it. So the next time you fall, ask yourself, is this the end or the beginning? Because resilience isn't just bouncing back, it's bouncing forward. In Chapter 6, we'll explore how billionaires build teams and why surrounding yourself with greatness is the key to scaling impact. Ready to upgrade your circle? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 6, Building a Billion-Dollar Team, the Power of People. Have you ever tried to do everything yourself and ended up exhausted? Let's talk about teams, not just employees. I mean believers, builders, people who carry the dream with you. Because here's the truth, No billionaire succeeds alone. Let me tell you about Steve Jobs. He was a visionary, but he wasn't a solo genius. He had Steve Wozniak. He had Jony Ive. He had a team that turned ideas into icons. Jobs said, great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people. Have you ever hesitated to ask for help, thinking it made you weak? Here's the truth. Asking for help isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Think about Elon Musk. He didn't build rockets alone. He built a team of engineers, dreamers, and doers. He said, talent is extremely important. It's like a sports team. The team that has the best individual players will often win. Let me tell you about Bat started a fashion brand. At first, she did everything. Design, marketing, shipping, customer service. She burned out until she hired a small team, delegated, trusted, empowered, and her brand exploded. Not because she worked harder, but because she worked smarter with others. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, who's helping me carry the vision? Because success isn't just about leadership. It's about partnership. In Chapter 7, we'll explore how billionaires stay curious and why lifelong learning is the secret to staying ahead. Ready to become a student of success? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 7, Stay Curious, the Billionaire's Lifelong Classroom. Have you ever felt like you knew enough and then the world changed? Let's talk about learning, not school. I mean growth, the hunger to understand, the humility to admit, I don't know yet. Because here's the truth, billionaires are students forever. Let me tell you about Bill Gates. He reads 50 books a year. He takes notes. He reflects. He said, reading is still the main way that I learn new things and test my understanding. Gates doesn't just consume information. He curates it. He applies it. He evolves through it. Have you ever stopped learning because life got busy? Here's the truth. Learning isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. Think about Mark Cuban. He reads for hours. He studies industries. He said, I read every book and magazine I could. I wanted to learn everything I could about business. Let me tell you about Khan. Khan was a graphic designer, talented, comfortable, but the industry shifted. AI tools emerged. Clients changed. Instead of resisting, he reskilled. He took online courses. He learned UX design. He adapted. Now he's thriving in a new niche. Not because he was lucky, but because he was curious. So the next time you feel stuck, ask yourself, what don't I know yet? Because curiosity isn't childish, it's courageous. In Chapter 8, we'll explore how billionaires give back and why contribution is the final measure of true success. Ready to turn wealth into impact? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 8, Wealth with Purpose, Turning Success into Significance. Have you ever asked yourself, what's all this for? Let's talk about contribution, not charity. I mean impact. The kind that changes lives. The kind that says, I didn't just succeed, I made a difference. Because here's the truth. Billionaires don't just build wealth, they build legacy. Let me tell you about Chuck Feeney. He made billions through duty-free shoppers, but he lived in a modest apartment, flew economy, wore a $15 watch. Why? Because he gave away almost everything, $8 billion, while he was still alive. He said, giving while living is more fun than giving while dead. Have you ever thought success was just about accumulation? Here's the truth. Success without significance is hollow. Think about Mackenzie Scott. After her divorce from Jeff Bezos, she became one of the richest women in the world. She didn't build walls. She built bridges. She gave away over $14 billion to nonprofits, quietly, quickly, and without strings. Let me tell you about Tu. Tu built a tech company. It grew fast. He made millions, but something felt missing. So he started a scholarship fund, mentored young coders, funded rural schools, and suddenly his success felt whole. Not because he earned more, but because he gave more. So the next time you reach a milestone, ask yourself, who else can benefit from this? Because the highest level of success is service. In Chapter 9, we'll explore how billionaires stay grounded and why humility is the quiet superpower behind lasting greatness. Ready to lead with grace? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 9. Humility at the top. The quiet superpower. Billionaires. Have you ever met someone wildly successful and surprisingly humble? Let's talk about humility, not self-deprecation. I mean grounded greatness, the kind that says, I know who I am, and I don't need to prove it. Because here's the truth, the most powerful people are often the quietest. Let me tell you about Warren Buffett. He lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958, drives a regular car, eats at McDonald's. He's worth over $100 billion, and still uses a flip phone. Why? Because he doesn't need flash. He values substance, Buffett said. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. Have you ever felt the need to show off just to feel seen? Here's the truth. Humility isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Think about Ivan Chouinard, founder of Patagonia. He gave away his company to fight climate change. He said, Earth is now our only shareholder. Let me tell you about Lynn. Lynn built a successful design agency. She had awards, she had recognition, but she never forgot her roots. She mentored young creatives. She shared her process. She stayed accessible, and because of that, her influence grew deeper, not just wider. So the next time you reach a peak, ask yourself, am I standing tall or standing above? Because humility isn't about shrinking. It's about shining without blinding. In Chapter 10, we'll bring it all together and explore how the lessons from billionaires can shape your own legacy. Ready to live with clarity, courage, and contribution? Let's finish strong. Chapter 10. Legacy Thinking, Living Beyond the Balance Sheet. What if the real measure of success is how you're remembered? Let's talk about legacy, not just inheritance. I mean impact, the ripple effect, the story that continues long after you're gone. Because here's the truth, billionaires not just build wealth, they build worlds. Let me tell you about Elon Musk. He's not just building companies, he's building futures. Electric cars, space travel, AI. He's asking questions most people avoid. What will humanity become? Whether you agree with him or not, he's thinking beyond himself. Have you ever wondered what your life will echo when you're no longer here? Here's the truth. Legacy isn't built at the end. It's built every day. Think about Oprah Winfrey. She didn't just build a media empire. She built schools. She built leaders. She built hope. Her legacy isn't her network. It's her network of impact. Let me tell you about Viet. Viet was a quiet entrepreneur. He built a chain of cafes, but his real passion, mentoring young founders. He spent weekends hosting free workshops. He funded scholarships. He wrote a book sharing everything he learned. And now, his legacy lives in hundreds of businesses he helped shape. So the next time you make a decision, ask yourself, will this matter in 10 years? Because legacy isn't about being remembered. It's about being felt. It's about living with intention, leading with integrity, leaving behind inspiration. And you don't need billions to do that. You just need boldness. So Kelvin, what kind of legacy will you leave?